Watching everyone around you become parents while you're still waiting for your turn can be painful. You've tried the medicines, consulted the doctors, followed the advice, and still you're waiting for that positive pregnancy test. And you start wondering, will it ever happen for us? If you've been trying to conceive and feel like you've tried everything, take the next step with personalized guidance. Book a consultation with Dr. Arpita Sarma and the Janitva IVF team to understand what your next step could look like.
Haka arpsaw tarik unailar hajar arbon rio di bor kenya district East Khasi Hills. Kila penbiang ya kejing Pahara ke bajur hajan ke civil hospital hajan umot kiang Nongbah haka Nongbah Shillong. Kani kejing perking ya kejing Pahara kelong namar kejing penbena jong ke KSU ban penlong ya ke sit in demonstration haka negajaka. Wala nagaliang Deputy Commissioner Abilash Baranwal ula pentip syai bagi bor kenya district iklam ai jingbit ban penlong ya kini kejing yakhi. Nrai namar baka KSU kampat shimla penbena lakan beteng na em kini kejing yakhi kibor penya distrik kilabu kibor Pahara ban penti kena ya ke syongsuk syongsan ya ke Nongbah Shillong. Habakran halo kini kejing jau Menteri Rangba ukonrat kongkal sangma ula pentip baka sarkar Meghalaya keladap ha eksyiti ban khod ikinong ilam ka KSU ban wan yakran Halor kisan teli gimat jingdawa kiba kilabu. Kesorkar ka kermen ban yo ekejing yakran syen hapadeng keseng ban Menteri Rangba. Kini kejing khod ekran kalawan hadian kat to kanisngi jong kejingja belami kejing kulmar men haka kat kendai terik unailar hajar arpun rio Shillong. Menteri Rangba ula pensyairu bakam don kano ke intelligence failure Halor kini kejing kulmar. Bar ula benrap baka an kenia caprang rengkat baka jing toket ke baklem i syadian yano kibren keti hagene kejing ja ke belaman ra kejing sier ya kinong syong shnong. Halor ke jingkeno ya ke jing bamdan jung ha ke jela ha ke por baja kini ke jing kulmar. Ukonrat kongkal sangma ulo kedau bu lelit sebar ke jela namar kikam ki beladap ban pen bet lupa. Bat ki ba omla ban pen kendria amardor. Ula pen pauru ba ke jing shingan ba ke jing ya jeng ke jela omdai ka ba pai tang ha ke jing don rengkat jung Menteri Rangba marwei. Namara ke sorkar udan usembut Menteri Rangba bedai kemi ya ke tenat Home Police, Chief Secretary, Director General ki pulit bat ki weki officer ki bala clear ban shim kya banwara ek jing shingan bat ek an ha ke jela barokowai.
Or my message and the government's message to the citizen is that whatever happened was very, very unfortunate. And there are people who try to create fear in the system and in the society. And we will not leave those people. We're going to take very, very strong action against those people who have tried to create that fear. And our citizens should not be worried. Yes, there was certain inconvenience that was caused. We do agree to that because of the reaction that we saw from our neighboring state, and then that had to be again controlled and discussed and negotiated. But now that we have got all of that behind us, I think we should move in a positive manner. We should definitely, all of us should learn, in fact, not just the government, but all of us, including from organizations, associations, and different stakeholders, and ensure that whatever steps can be taken in the future to ensure that while we have the right to have peaceful protest, it does not mean that you can take the law in your hand, and especially it does not mean that you can do anything that you want, and especially beating up and harming innocent people. So that's something, a strong message must go from all of us. And it's very important, and I've been sharing with everybody, that society must also at one point in time must come out regarding this. As I said, we have been one of the most open governments. When it comes to any issue, we have been very open to discuss with the issues. When it comes to any kind of talks and discussions that are there, we've always been open to talks and discussions. But as I said, there's a line that we have to draw, and one cannot cross the line. And that is the message that we have for everybody, that please don't try to do that. And if anybody does, then we will have to take action as per law. But law and order situation does happen. And while that happens, this kind of incidents, and there is always an inconvenience that actually the public has to face. And that is what we saw in this last 1 week when the situation was there. But as I said, we have taken very, very swift measures and steps to ensure that to some extent the tension doesn't further escalate. So therefore, we don't expect any escalation to happen in the future. But we are now trying to de-escalate and bring back the sense of confidence in the people, Uh, I'm sure it will start coming in very soon. People will see for themselves, and we expect that normalcy will return. And we do urge all our stakeholders that whether it's from Assam, from Meghalaya, it's all different organizations, whether it's tourist stakeholders, we all will have to work together and ensure that the normalcy that we would want and the kind of de-escalation we would want would happen at the earliest. So a lot of reach out programs, confidence building will have to be done, which, as I said, all of us will do together.
Will the government bring a SOP for processionists, those who carry out procession?
So normally in this kind of situations, there are already terms and conditions that are put when the permission is given of what are the do's and don'ts. Now, basically, what we'll have to do is we'll have to increase those do's and don'ts, and we'll have to add what are the things. And as I said, the situation, as I said, will also ensure that we are able to impose now stricter regulations. And as I said, the terms and conditions will always be there in the permission that is granted.